Welcome. Thank you for joining me, Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. Here today to talk about how to stop worrying about what other people think. I'm sure I say this every time that's a goodie. We know this is a goodie. This is actually a real goodie because this, if you do not get yourself into flow with this can immobilize you into a downhill pattern where you actually just stop doing anything. So I would love to know if you're here live or if you're here on a replay. Just double check. Yes, it's working. Fabulous. And where you are in the world, because I really love to know where we've reached and where we haven't reached. Oh my gosh. So even just talking about how to stop worrying about what other people think is one that is quite common, more so in young children that we find, but also people who have had, it's all around our self-worth, basically. It's all around what people have said to us in our past that we're holding on to. And our past stories, as you know, are something that can propel us, stop us, fear can come into play, all those things. So there's two levels of people, and this depends on what's going on in your world, and we call it ego-driven or humble-driven. And when we think about ego, it's another way of saying a-hole, but of course I'm not going to swear on here, so we'll just say ego or humble. When you are sitting in an ego state, you do not worry about what other people think. You do not pretty much give a flying hoot. When you're humble, we do tend to take on those actions of worrying about what other people think. Depending on what the outcome is, depending on what you're inspired about, depending on how much energy you're ready to put into things, is where you can go to ego or humble. You can stay in humble and be inspired about something, and that's the wisest place to be. Clearly, no shite, Sherlock, I hear you say, is clearly where we're looking at, is to stay in that humble space. Sometimes when you're humble, it's harder to get traction going on things, whereas we're ego-driven, we know where we're going and what we're doing and the outcome we're looking at. But we tend to, when we're ego-driven, we tend to forget about the other person's emotions, feelings, and this is where I'm going. So what we're looking at doing is a little bit of ego and a little bit of humble, and we're blending them together. But possibly more 25% ego, 75% humble. This is where you're going to get the greatest fulfillment in your heart that's going to explode. So there's some questions I'm going to get you to ask yourself about what's going on in reality. So one of the things is, how important are these people who are talking about you? How important are they? And Tony Robbins, many, many years ago, actually, I don't think it was that long ago, I think it's 2019, I went to a Tony Robbins event, and he was talking about, are they a worthy opponent? And I really attached to that, because that chooses you to step up or step out, or even just be an observer, silent observer. So are they a worthy opponent? So how important are they in your world that their opinion is driving you to worry about them? So when we look at how important they are, it's also important to go, do they have a point? Do they actually have a point by saying, every time you've done this, you haven't succeeded, or in the past this has happened, or in this, what I'm seeing is, from a business mind, these 3 steps are not going to get you the result that you're looking for. So it's really great to sit into that humble space and go, do they have a point? Now I'm going to bring up when I was pregnant, quite a few years ago now. When I was pregnant, people give me an opinion on how to bring my child up, how to be pregnant, and how to give birth. And often those people I found were ones who had never had children. So I was left with, okay, you're not a medical expert in this area, but you're giving me an opinion on something that, to me, unless you've done the thesis on, is it actually something that's worthy? So remembering that other people have past stories just as much as you, is, do they actually have a point on what they're saying? Because I can look at a business and I can see if it's going to succeed or not on the path they're going. I can tune into that and I can look and go, okay, these action steps, you're going to have to put in a few more to this, and this. I can clearly see if a relationship's going to work because that's my expertise for the last 17 years. That's what I've been looking at. That's human behavior is something very warm to me, warm to my heart. So do they actually have a point from what they're giving you, the information they're giving you, or how they're portraying? So there's giving verbally, and then there's giving energy-wise. So when you think about this, when people have a point and they say to you about sort of things like, I don't know, jumping into that relationship, you've just come out of your last one, have you learnt to heal your past? Do they actually have a point? Do they have a point in that? And I'm not saying don't listen to them. Definitely not saying don't listen to them, but just listen. And you can agree or not agree. I'm not saying you have to agree, but actually just listen to them. Give them the time and energy because they believe you're worthy enough to share that information with. So give them the time and energy to listen to that. But remember, they also have their past stories that they bring in on your stuff. Because we all have our past stories. That's literally how it is. The other thing we're going to look at is what is the best interest for you, because you are the most important. You are the one to do whatever you're looking at doing. So what's the best interest of you? Because if we don't put you first, how are you going to do it? So if I tell you you're going to be amazing and you can be a public speaker and you can do this, this, and this, yep, you're probably going to get it here. But this is actually where you want to get it into your heart to actually go, this is where it is. This is what lights me up. This is in the best interest of me because of this, this, and this. So you must look at what's the best interest of you. If it doesn't light you up, you know I talk about my glitter bomb. If it doesn't light you up, don't do it. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Delegate it, pass it on to somebody else, tell someone you can't do it, whatever it is. Because if it doesn't light you up, you're only going to put that bleh energy into it. So let's get that aha energy instead of that bleh energy. So we're going to look at what's in the best interest of you. Look at what you're going to get out of doing this actual action that people think is so bad or negative or it's not going to work for you, etc. Once you've looked at the best interest of you, you're then going to look at how's it going to serve those other people. So not only yourself, so if you go to do an action, so say for example you want to start a business. Is it going to work for you? Is this the best thing you can do right now with your time to start this business? And then you're going to look at how's it going to serve those people around you. So you may start let's just say coaching business. You're going to look, okay, I want to start a coaching business. Great. Wake up, go, I want to start a coaching business. What are those action steps to do that coaching business? Is it going to serve myself? Is it actually going to be of value to my life if I'm the coach? Yes. And I'm going to list all the things of that. Then I'm going to go, how's it going to serve other people? Because if we look at it as the best interest of others, are you going to serve people with value? Are you going to give people value? So not only the person you're working with, but are you going to add extra value to the children? Are you going to add extra value to the family? Is that doing that with the children? Is that going to help the teachers at school? Is that going to go from ripple, ripple, ripple? So is it in the best interest of you? And then is it in the best interest of others? Remembering they're a worthy opponent. Everyone's a worthy opponent. If they give their opinion, yep, that's fine. You don't have to take it on board. There's a little saying that I say, and that's called the person with the most certainty rules the game. So there's two, like I talked about, the ego and the humble, or the a-hole and the humble. The person with the most certainty rules the game, but being aware that you don't have to go, you need to do this. This is going to be important for you. This, and that's more ego driven. Whereas I would love you to help me to do this because of the result we're going to get from it. So that's how we can look at with a person with the person with the most certainty rules the game, because we're going to get the greatest result out of it. Now, I'm not talking about when you're going for my partner went recently and there was a glitch with some stuff. And so she came about actually giving her most certainty to the people, said, I'm not leaving until there's a refund in my hand, because I'm fully aware when I've dealt with you before that refund can take 2, 3, if not 4 weeks. So she went, I've got the most certainty here. I know your pattern. I know your past patterns. I'm going to stand here until I get that refund. And she came from a humble place, but also there was a little bit of ego in there, from what I hear, So when we think about that, the person with the most certainty rules the game. when it comes to other people's opinions of us, it's actually hard to change other people's opinion of you. Well, you can change them, but is it actually yours to fix? So I know people have an opinion of me. I know they have said things about me in the past. And do I worry about that? I used to worry about that. And now I don't. And the reason I don't is because, is it actually me to change that opinion? Is there going to be a change in my personality if I change their opinion? Is it going to be a change in their personality if they change their opinion on me? What is actually the greatest result that I can get right now? Am I better to focus on serving 10 people and helping them, or worrying about what one person thinks about me and trying to change that person's opinion? So I would rather work on the 10 people, and I'd rather serve them and help them with exploding their heart into doing what they want to do, than actually me trying to do that one person who could be. Have you ever tried to push a wet noodle? You can't push a wet noodle. So when we think about this, about others, we can't change their opinions of you. We all have an opinion of so-and-so when they were at school. Oh, that person, they were this, and this. I'm older than school age now, and me back, we're looking at 30 years going back, a little bit more, going back to who I was at school. And if people have an opinion of me at school, that's great. Who I was then is not who I am now. Have I changed from last year? Yes, absolutely. Have I changed from 2020 when our pandemic hit and I was traveling? I used to travel once a month. I'd say I would travel once a month. Do I do that now? No, I don't. So I've actually changed as a person from 2020, from last year, even from last week, even from yesterday, what was going on in my world yesterday, and the day before, if you knew what was going on. Oh, there's a little bit of chaos. Let's just say there's a little bit of chaos going on with my family situation, and let's just say it was the dog. Let's just say that's a nice little thing. So who I was then as to who I was 2 days later, very different to what I've experienced in the last 2 days. So remember that stuff is that who you were previously to who you are now is different, guaranteed to be different. Also be aware of that. Now, I don't know if I mentioned the word hearsay, and hearsay is icky. So people go, did you know so-and-so did that? Did you know so-and-so did this? Did you know so-and-so's not doing this? Did you know so-and-so did this, said this, da-da-da? That's hearsay. Now, hearsay can take you on a downhill spiral. So listen to it. Yep, that's fine if you want to listen to it, if you want to take time to listen to it, because it's always great to educate yourself about people. But remember, this is hearsay, so it's coming through their filter to you, their past stories to you, their images and energy to you. So when it comes to hearsay, I would just let it go. Because as I said, you know who you were last week. You know who you are today. Are you a different person to who you were 2-3 years ago? Even from school, even from last year? Absolutely. So one of my favorite little things, so I'm just going to pull this up here, is the 4 agreements. And I've talked about this before. And one of them is don't take things personally. And when we take things personally, it can definitely put us into a spiral. So this is what I'm trying to show you here, is don't take things personally when people say things about you. There's also another one that we say, and that's be impeccable with your words. So when you're worrying about what other people say, just be impeccable with your words. Keep it above the line. Keep saying things that actually feel your truth. Remembering hearsay, and it can be passed on and it can be filtered out. But be impeccable with your words and don't take things personally. So you're keeping yourself above that level, above that level, above that level. There's another one that says, not my monkey, not my circus. And I talked about that with the lovely little vet today. Thank you, Janice, for that conversation, because that's exactly it. It's not my monkey and it's not my circus. Because we get ourselves so entangled into certain things. And this is all around this personally, taking things personally as well. It's not yours to deal with. Are they a worthy opponent? It's not yours to deal with. So, not my monkey, not my circus. Remember this. Is this actually for you or somebody else? When we're doing things that can put us into that fear bracket of our past stories, and I'm just going our PSs because it's our past stories that have immobilized us or taken us forward or taken leaps and bounds of things that are daring. Think about this, because that can bring us our fears, is what can happen if you do succeed? What actually happens if you do? Imagine actually succeeding. Oh my gosh, I can be a coach, and I can do this, and I can serve people out there, and I can help people, not just those close to me, people I don't even know. What happens if I do succeed? Now there's a thought, because often we look at our weeds over our flowers. One of the ones I do, and I have to giggle about this because people say you're so brutal sometimes on this, and it's actually called own your shit. Ownership. I meant to say ownership. And that is own who you are. So if people say you're a liar, you do this, this, and this, have you ever lied in your life? Absolutely. Hand up, have you ever lied in your life? If people say you're mean, yeah, I'm mean. Yeah, I'm totally mean. You're stingy. I'm stingy in some things. Some things I'm not. Some things I'm stingy. Your prices are too high. Yep, your prices are too high to some people, but they also may not be enough for others. So when they say things to you about you, the quickest way to resolve that is own it. Own it. If someone comes to me and they're firing things at me and they're saying, you're a liar, yeah, I am. Yeah. Because instantly when they're firing that, I don't know what side this is going to for you, when they're firing that bow and arrow saying you're a liar and it hits you and you say, yes, it is, yes, I am, then that's it, done. That stabbing that they're doing is not affecting you because you've just owned it. And they can't come back with anything. Just own it. Just own it. It's right there and then. Where have you lied? There and then. Where have you betrayed somebody? There and then. Where have you thought about certain things? There and then. Where have you been stingy? There and then. Where have you been mean? There and then. Where have you cut people off? There and then. Just own it. Yep, that's me. Also own the upsides. Oh my God, you're amazing. Thank you. Take that compliment. Oh my God, you're beautiful. Thank you. Oh my God, you're so intelligent. Thank you. Own it. Own it, whatever they're saying to you, because it comes to you differently and you take it differently. So ownership. Own your ship. And the last one. You know I'm going to say the last one, and we're back to our little G spot here, and we're back to gratitude. When people say things about you, be grateful that they're bringing it to your attention. So you're going to get insights into them, human behavior. You're going to get insights into them. You're going to get insights to others, because it's not just probably going to be one person. It's going to give you insights into how you are as a person, how inspired you are if you're actually going to go and do something about this, or actually just go, no, it's not my monkey, not my circus. And it's going to give you insights into your life and those around you. So gratitude is a really, really, really big one when people fire things at you, because it just makes you stop to reflect, pause and reflect. 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, if that's what it is. 5 minutes, don't spend too much time on it. Oh, okay, yep, I can see that. Own it, move on. And then it just diffuses the whole situation, and I guarantee you're going to stop worrying about what other people think. Remembering there is no right and wrong, remembering you cannot please everybody, remembering that this is your world to make your decisions your way. So this is Debz Cooper. I'll just pull that up there again. This is Debz Cooper, global stressologist, talking about how to stop worrying about what other people think. Whew, I think I got that pretty quickly. So what I'd love you to do, if you really like today, I'd love you to share this. This will mean so much to me. Get other people talking about it. Bring them into the group if you're in the group. If you're not in the group and you're on YouTube, share this, comment, let me know what you liked, what you don't like. Let me know. I would appreciate that. So that is me, Debz Cooper, global stressologist, signing off. Thank you very much. And today's topic was how to stop worrying about what other people think. Thanks, everybody. I will see you next time. Have an inspiring day. Bye.